Did you know Ferrari is preparing a huge surprise for after the Japanese Grand Prix? That's right. A crucial change is coming to its car that could turn the 2025 season around. Stay with us for all the details on the update package Ferrari has up its sleeve. Today we're going to break down what the Italian team is preparing to improve its performance and whether these updates will be enough to challenge Red Bull and McLaren. The start to the 2025 season has been difficult for Ferrari, a team that appeared optimistic in pre-season, even with the ambitious addition of Lewis Hamilton alongside Charles Leclerc. During testing in Bahrain, Ferrari had stood out for its good lap performance, a significant improvement over the previous model. However, these expectations have not materialized into consistent results in the first races. The Australian Grand Prix marked the first blow for Ferrari, with performance far below expectations. The team not only suffered from race pace issues, but also demonstrated difficulties managing the car's stability under race conditions. These problems were exacerbated when, at the Chinese Grand Prix, both Hamilton and Leclerc were disqualified for technical violations after suffering excessive wear on the bottom of their cars. Although Hamilton had managed to win the sprint race, his performance in the main race was very different, highlighting the weaknesses of the SF25. These incidents left Ferrari in a difficult situation. They currently sit fifth in the Constructors' Championship, tied on points with Williams, which has surprised many with its strong start to the season. This ranking is far from the title-fighting aspirations Ferrari had proclaimed before the season. The drivers, despite their talent, have been limited by the car's technical issues, creating growing pressure within the team to find quick solutions. Pre-season testing, while promising in some respects, also showed worrying signs regarding the SF25's stability over long races. Although the car showed an improvement in tire temperatures, issues with rear-end handling, especially on circuits with demanding traction like Sakir, already pointed to balance deficiencies. This problem, which has worsened during the first races of the season, not only affects the car's aerodynamics but also compromises tire management, essential for competing at the highest level in modern Formula One. With the introduction of updates for the Bahrain Grand Prix, Ferrari is looking to correct these issues. However, the start of the season has made it clear that the team needs to act quickly and precisely to avoid losing even more ground to its closest rivals, such as Red Bull and McLaren, who have shown outstanding consistency since the beginning of the year. Ferrari is at a critical stage of the 2025 season and has identified a set of key updates that could make a difference in its performance. The team has experienced significant issues with the SF25, particularly regarding the car's stability and handling under full fuel. These issues have been evident in both qualifying sessions and long runs, and it is precisely this erratic behavior that Ferrari is seeking to correct with its planned modifications. The main objective of the update package is to resolve a technical issue identified in the early races: excessive stiffness at the rear of the car, which affects its aerodynamics and cornering behavior, especially when the car is fully fueled. This stiffness has forced the team to adjust the car's height, which directly affects aerodynamic performance and consequently tire management and the car's overall efficiency. The new floor that Ferrari plans to introduce is the key element of these modifications, designed to allow the car to operate at a lower and more stable height, even with a full fuel tank, without compromising the car's legality under FIA regulations. This new floor aims to optimize the SF25's downforce. In early testing, the car showed good performance in terms of speed on fast laps, but as fuel loads increased, stability suffered, resulting in excessive tire wear and difficulty maintaining a consistent race pace. The new design aims to address this issue, allowing the car to maintain a lower ride height throughout the race, which should improve both downforce and tire management. In addition to this centerpiece, other tweaks to the SF25's aerodynamic components are expected. Ferrari has acknowledged that the car's overall balance needs to be refined, particularly with regard to weight distribution and the efficiency of airflow around the car. These changes are aimed at maximizing the car's performance without losing the aerodynamic advantages Ferrari has already achieved with the SF25's base design. Sources close to the team indicate that these updates are not only intended to improve the car at specific circuits, such as Bahrain, but also to ensure Ferrari remains competitive throughout the season. The introduction of these improvements is seen as a crucial opportunity for the team to recover from initial setbacks and return to the fight for the top spots in the championship. However, the updates also carry risks. Ferrari has had past experience with update packages that have not yielded the expected results, such as the failure to introduce a package in Spain during the 2024 season, which caused a decline in performance. The key to the success of this new package will lie in the team's ability to ensure that these modifications not only resolve the identified issues but also do not introduce new unforeseen issues that could further affect its competitiveness. In short, Ferrari is betting heavily on these updates, which are presented as a direct response to the technical issues that have marked the start of the season. If they can get the SF25 to perform with the stability and efficiency expected from this new design, Ferrari could make a significant leap in performance and once again position itself as a serious contender for the drivers' and constructors' titles. If the planned updates to the SF25 address the identified issues, Ferrari could experience a significant change in performance throughout the 2025 season. The team's main challenge so far has been maintaining the car's stability, especially when fully fueled. This instability has affected the car's aerodynamic efficiency, resulting in increased tire wear and reduced competitiveness in long races. With the introduction of the new floor, Ferrari hopes not only to improve the car's stability but also to achieve more consistent performance throughout the duration of the race. If this adjustment works properly, the SF25 is expected to be much more competitive in all racing conditions, not just in qualifying sessions or low-fuel races. This type of more predictable performance would be crucial for Ferrari to achieve a stronger result in the upcoming races, especially at circuits where tire management is a key factor. In terms of impact on the Constructors' Championship, Ferrari urgently needs these updates to close in on teams like Red Bull and McLaren, which have demonstrated superior consistency in the early races of the season. Red Bull, in particular, has continued its dominance with an extremely competitive car, while McLaren has surprised many with its level of performance and consistent development. If Ferrari fails to fine-tune its car effectively, it could find itself relegated to a fight for third place in the championship, which would be a major disappointment given the team's ambition at the start of the season. A crucial aspect will be the impact these updates could have on the fight for the Drivers' Championship. If the SF25 upgrades give Ferrari a more competitive car, both Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton will have the opportunity to fight for the top spots again in every race. Both drivers, with their experience and skill, have proven capable of extracting maximum performance from any car, but they need a machine that allows them to compete consistently on all types of circuits. If Ferrari gets the updates right, these drivers could once again pose a serious threat in the fight for the Drivers' Championship, especially if greater consistency is achieved in long races, where reliability and tire management will play a key role. However, even if the upgrades succeed, the time lost during the early races could be a difficult obstacle to overcome. Ferrari is already at a disadvantage against the leaders, and the upgrades must be implemented almost perfectly for the team to have any chance of making up the lost ground. The competitiveness of rivals, especially Red Bull, means that every point will count, and Ferrari cannot afford any additional mistakes if it wants to be in contention for championships as the season progresses. Furthermore, the introduction of these updates in Bahrain will be a crucial moment. Not only because it is a track that could be well suited to the characteristics of the SF25, but also because it is an opportunity for Ferrari to regain confidence both internally and with its fans. If the team is able to demonstrate a significant performance leap in Bahrain, this could generate a morale boost for the remainder of the season. Otherwise, if the improvements fail to achieve the expected impact, Ferrari may be forced to re-evaluate its approach for the remainder of the year, seeking alternative solutions in an increasingly competitive environment. The impact of these updates is not limited only to the immediate performance of the car, but will also have a significant effect on the direction of the team's development for the future. If the updates are successful, Ferrari could consolidate its development strategy and focus resources on other areas that still need refinement, ensuring sustained growth this season. Conversely, if the package fails to meet expectations, Ferrari could find itself in a situation of technical uncertainty that could affect its development approach for the remainder of the year. In short, the impact of Ferrari's updates on the 2025 season will depend largely on how the team manages to implement and fine-tune the SF25 improvements. If the package is successful, Ferrari could regain the competitiveness it needs to fight for both the constructors' and drivers' titles. However, if it fails to take the expected step, the team could face a season of infighting and strategic readjustments, with mounting pressure going forward. The 2025 Bahrain Grand Prix represents a crucial turning point for Ferrari this season. The updates the Italian team has planned for that event are not only essential to correct the issues identified with the SF25, but will also mark the pause for what could be the rest of the season. If these improvements work as expected, Ferrari could return to being competitive at the levels anticipated at the start of the year, fighting for consistent podium finishes and wins. The success of this update package could revitalize morale within the team, which has been under constant pressure due to the inconsistent start to the season. Furthermore, the effectiveness of the improvements will directly influence the fight for the Constructors' Championship, in which Ferrari is currently at a disadvantage against teams like Red Bull and McLaren. If Ferrari is able to unlock the full potential of the SF25, it will not only make up ground but will also be able to adjust its development strategies to maximize performance at the rest of the circuits. On the other hand, the failure of the updates would also have significant consequences. Despite initial expectations, if the modifications do not resolve the car's persistent issues, Ferrari could find itself in a situation where its title contention is severely affected. This scenario would force the team to reconsider its development approach and could even raise questions about the team's technical direction and the reliability of its organizational structure. It is important to note that Ferrari has a solid foundation and infrastructure capable of tackling complex technical challenges, as demonstrated by the team's ability to overcome difficulties in the past. However, time is running out, and every point lost early in the season will be harder to recover as the championship progresses. If the updates in Bahrain do not have the expected impact, the pressure on Ferrari will increase, especially with rivals like Red Bull, who have shown great strength since the start of the year. The design of this development phase will be key not only for the 2025 season, but also for the team's near future. The decisions Ferrari makes in the coming months will influence its ability to compete at the highest level, and the success or failure of these upgrades could be the determining factor in the team's direction in the coming years. Without a doubt, Bahrain presents itself as a crucial crossroads for Ferrari's future in Formula One.